Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our online lessons for Thursday, the 21st of February. This is Robert Jamieson here, and I have with me a young man named Michael Gershenzon. And we've got your profile up there, Michael. You play quite a bit?
Yes.
Yes. How old are you?
I'm 9.
9, okay. Do you know what your rating is?
Around 1,000.
Okay. So you've got a junior master's certificate yet or not?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Well done. And you played up at the Australian Juniors, I think?
Yes.
How did you go up there?
I got 6 out of 9.
And what was it, in the under 10s or under 12s?
Under
or
10s.
Under 10s. 6 out of 9. That's not bad. All right. Well done. We'll just hide your profile there. Okay. And I'll just maneuver my screen around for a second. So now, last week, do you remember last week we talked about Zugzwang? Do you remember Zugzwang? Or you've
I
forgotten?
don't think I watched the video.
You don't think you
last
watched the
week.
video. Have you ever heard what Zugzwang is?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, tell me what Zugzwang is.
I think it's when you have no good moves to do.
Yeah, you've got to make a bad move. So that was our lesson last week. We learnt about Zugzwang in the puzzle, where a player will be okay except he has to make a move, and that ruins his position. So this week we have something different we're going to talk about, and it's based on this position today. So let me just switch over to the other screen. There we go. Okay, so did you reckon it was a win for white, a win for black, or a draw?
I reckon it's a draw.
You reckon it's a draw. All right. So how about you play against me, and we'll see if we can get a draw. So what would... Oh, I mustn't forget. Happy birthday to Ryan. He said it's his birthday today, so happy birthday, Ryan. Okay, what would you like to do first, Michael? What's your first move?
King b5.
You're going to play King b5. All right. Well, I'm going to push my pawn and get a queen. What do you want to do now?
King c4.
King c4. All right. Keep coming. What are you going to do now?
King d3.
King d3. Don't think you're going to catch me.
Wait,
it's the win for me.
Do it again.
Do it again.
I forgot.
Dear, oh dear. Okay. So you want to have another go?
Yeah.
All right. I'll give you one more chance. All right. So you're playing King b5. There goes my pawn.
King b6.
King b6. All right. I'm going king over there. Do you reckon your pawn's going to get through?
Nope.
Nope. You reckon my pawn's going to get through?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So, looks like it's a win for black. I only said looks like though, folks. Now, today's lesson is about something called the square. Have you heard of this concept of the square, Michael? Do you know what that is?
Yes, but I forgot.
You forgot. Okay. Well, let's have a look. So, let's say your first move is king up there. All right, then my pawn comes here. Now, it's a race between my pawn and your king to see whether you can stop me getting a queen. Okay, so instead of counting out move for move, what we do is we invoke this square thing. Let me see if I can draw a nice square. So we draw a square between where the pawn queens and right across the other way,
Yeah.
like that. So that's the square from my pawn to the queening square. Now the rule is, if the white king can get inside that square, he can stop me. If he can't get inside that square, he can't stop me.
Yeah.
So at the moment, you're 2 squares away. You're missing out, aren't you? So you can't stop me. So because you're not in the square, then I win. Maybe. Maybe there is a way you can draw. I'll give you one more go, because we chess players are tricky chaps. We don't just look at the obvious thing. We look for surprises and other ideas that might help us that our opponent might have missed. So let's say, oops, hang on, I'm still drawing things. So let's say king b5, I'm playing here. Now, I'll give all you, before Michael says, I'll give you all you guys one last chance. Now, last time you played king c4, didn't you? And you didn't catch me?
No, I didn't.
Or do you play king b6 and you didn't catch me? Right? You guys, type in white's move here that might get him a draw and not lose. Remember, he's got to try and get inside that square. So Daniel's had to go so far. Anyone else see a move that might get a draw? Benji's had a go. Lucas has gone king c4, which is what we did the first time, and didn't make the square. Callum's gone king b4, which was even worse. You're definitely not going to make the square. Dan's gone king a6. I think I've got everyone full. But Michael, you can have one more go. If you see the right move here, you can get a draw. So what do you reckon that move could be? We've tried king b4, we've tried king c4, we've tried king b6, pawn to c6. All right, let's have a look. So you're going to go pawn to c6. I'm racing with my pawn. What are you going to do now? Going to move your king up, maybe? Because are you in? You're not in the square, are you? You're not in the
king b6.
King b6. Now, if I go pawn up, that would be a terrible move because you go there and your pawn gets through. But I'm a wake up to you, so I'm going to go here. And let's have a look at the square now. So the square, you're not even close, are you?
Yeah.
You're dead. All right. Okay, looks like I'm the only one who got the right answer. Well done to me. So the solution is white can't get in the square. That's his problem. So he goes here, pawn up, he's not in the square. But there's something else he can threaten to do, because he's got a pawn too. He can play this really clever move here. Now, if black pushes the pawn, what can white do then? King there. And then his pawn gets through as well. Okay, so black can't push the pawn. Black has to move his king across to stop it. And then there's our square, but it's white's go, so white's king can enter the square. So white's king will come here, pawn up, king here, pawn up, king here, and he catches the black pawn. Yay! So the correct answer, it is a draw. So I think I fooled most of you. So that was really cool. Now the other interesting thing, so I hope you guys put that idea of the square in your brain, but the other interesting thing is the shortest distance between two spots for the king isn't necessarily like a straight line. That takes him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares to get over there. But he equally well, he could, wait a minute, whoops, I got the wrong thing. Hang on, where's my arrow? He could go up here and then down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it still takes him 7 squares to get to the H file, but he hasn't gone in a straight line, he's gone diagonally. So that's a handy thing to remember as well. Okay, all right, that was interesting. Hope you enjoyed that little puzzle. Okay, now, today we're going to have a look at one of Michael's games from the junior. You remember this one? Michael White, Cassandra Lim.
Yes, I do.
Is she a good player?
Yeah, she's pretty good.
She's pretty good. All right, well, we'll have to see how we go in the game. It'll be interesting. Okay, now, the theme of this game that I want to talk about. All right, now, I mentioned last week with Daniel here, I think, that young players, they just sort of see the first move that pops into their brain and they play it. It's like they don't look at lots of moves or analyse, see a good move, yeah, play it. Right, that's not how to be a good chess player. What good chess players are trying to do is they're like trying to outsmart each other. So if I'm playing you, I want to look at moves that you don't look at, and I might find a really good move that's going to surprise you. Or if we're analysing a variation, if you analyse 3 moves deep, if I analyse 5 moves deep, I'm going to do better than you because I might find a good go on move 4 or 5 or something. So it's like a battle to see who can outwit the other guy, who can see the surprise moves, analyse a bit deeper, that sort of thing. So I'm going to show you how this works in your game today and how we try and trick each other and outthink each other. All right, so you're white, and off we go. E4, E5, so it looks like it's going to be a boring 3 knights type game, 4 knights type game. But hang on, you're white. Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
He's taken out. Now, how about that? Is that a good move? Were you surprised by that one?
No, I wasn't surprised.
So you've seen this before, have you?
Yes, I sometimes do it.
You sometimes do it as black?
Yeah.
So it's a good move for black or a bad move for black?
I think it's a good move for black.
A good move for black. All right. So the idea is obviously that white can take back the piece, but then black's going to get the piece back with a fork, attacking the bishop and the knight. So he's being sneaky and doing that. All right, first question for you guys. So let's suppose you're Michael and you've just lost your e-pawn. What do you think is the best move for Michael? Because there's 2 or 3 or 4 different moves that people play in this position. Oh, wait. No, don't tell anyone, Michael. So we want to see what the best one is. So you guys type in the question what the best move is for white, do you think? So Ryan's going bishop d5, Joe's going knight takes e5, Oliver's going d3. So I think all the moves you give me so far, you're just going to be a pawn down. Daniel wants knight takes e5. Thomas and Greg are going bishop d5. Benji's going queen e2. Callum's going knight b5. All you guys are a pawn down. You've got to do something about it. I think we need Michael's help. All right, Michael, what do you reckon is the best move? Or what?
Bishop takes f7, check.
All right, so let's have a look. So the first line we should look at, remember we look at all checks and captures, that's one of our ideas. So because we're going to lose our bishop, let's sacrifice it and then we get the knight back. All right, now what would be the problem with this? What would be black's next move? He's got a pretty obvious attacking move. Black could play d5, hitting our knight. Maybe our knight might go for a check and king might hide there. All right, so this position is a bit hard to judge, so black can't castle anymore, but he's got these huge pawns in the center, and our knights are sort of a bit wandering around with not much to do. So this is probably okay for black. All right, so bishop takes pawn check is the first line to look at. Now what about if you take, he plays d5. What could you do now, do you think?
Bishop takes
pawn, so we could take the pawn. He would take us back, attacking our knight. Maybe we'd go here. Would that be good for white or black or even or what?
I'm not sure. I think it's good for black.
I think it's good for black too, because he's got the 2 bishops, and you see he's got more space. He's got pawns on the 5th rank. We've already got a pawn on the 3rd rank. So that'd probably be pretty good for black. All right. Now, do you remember what you did? I think you took him.
Yeah, I took him.
All right. He played d5 from memory.
Yeah, and then I took it.
So Alice, and then you played bishop there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Was that the best one, or was there a better one?
After I played that, I didn't like it.
Yeah. All right. You're right. So we've nearly found the best line. So you guys put this in your memory bank. The best move in this position, if you get this, is bishop back here. Now the reason this is good is he's got to take it to get the piece back. You take him back. Now you haven't lost the 2 bishops. You've still got your white squared bishop. And now your bishop is attacking his knight. And that'll put pressure on this pawn here. So like you've got your bishop in a good spot and he's under a bit of pressure, you're going all right. Right, so next time you have this position, bishop d3. All right, but you've gone up there. Right, he's taken your knight. Now you have a sneaky move here.
I took the pawn.
You took the pawn. All right, so it's pawn. So even material. You've got 2 pieces out there attacking, and you've got pressure on that c6. All right, question for you guys out there. because we're getting a bit of a tricky tactical position here. What do you reckon black's best move is? So type in the questions, what do you reckon black's best move is in this position? Michael played a pretty good move, but whether it's the best one. So Callum's going queen d5, Thomas is agreeing, Benji's agreeing, Oliver's agreeing. So most of you guys are going queen d5. Dan's gone bishop d7, Nathaniel's gone bishop d7. Okay, now this is what the point I want to get across today. If you look at queen d5 and say that looks okay, I don't want you to stop there. I want you to try and find an even better move so you can outsmart your opponent. So queen d5 was the move that Michael played, but there is a move a little bit better. Oliver's found it. Well done, Oliver.
I'm right.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. So the Cassandra played it. It was a better move for Cassandra, sorry. Benji's seen it. Daniel's seen it. Yes. So probably the trickiest move for black, hang on, why it's not moving? Just get rid of those things. Okay. The trickiest move for black is queen g5. Okay, so that has the advantage that not only is it attacking the knight, but it's attacking the pawn down here. And if, for instance, let's say he took with the knight, what do you reckon black could do?
Queen takes.
He could do queen takes bishop over here. And this knight's sort of whistling Dixie, and we've got the two bishops again. And if instead, let's go back, if he takes with the bishop, we take with the pawn. Now the knight's attacked, and the g-pawn's attacked. So he's in a little bit of a predicament. So probably queen g5 would have been a good one, but fortunately our opponent missed it, played queen d5. All right, what do you want to do now? Michael, what would be a good move? You've got double attack, your knight's attacked, your bishop's attacked.
Bishop takes knight.
Bishop takes knight, so bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop. Now your knight's still attacked. But maybe you can put it back here. Maybe that's safe. And then you can come in here.
Yeah.
All right, so that's probably not too bad. But you did knight takes. You missed that she could play queen takes bishop, I'm guessing. So the best move for her would be queen takes bishop like we had a minute ago.
Yeah.
But she actually took the knight. All right. So now you've mucked up her pawns, but now your bishop's attacked. So what would be a suitable move for you here, do you think? Your bishop's attacked. What can we do?
Bishop e2.
Bishop e2?
Oh, no.
No? You don't like that one?
No.
Hang on. So what do you want to do then? What was wrong with bishop e2? Pawn would come up with it. Maybe.
I'm not sure.
If you're really scared, couldn't you play bishop back here?
Oh, yeah.
If the pawn comes up, you're not worried? All right. Do you remember what move you did?
No.
You did c4.
Oh, yeah.
That looks a bit strange to me. What are you doing c4 for? What's the advantage of that?
I forgot.
Well, it means she's got to move her queens. She can't take the bishop. But is c4 strengthening your position or weakening your position? I think it's weakening. Look, you've got all these holes here that can't be protected by a pawn. And your bishop will still be attacked once she's moved the queen. Okay, so c4 was a really weird move. Anyway, she went there. Okay, now your bishop's attacked, but you decided to play a tricky move. So you put your thinking cap on, which is good. So the obvious move would be to play, just drop the bishop back here. But Michael's trying to outsmart his opponent, so he just tries to play a tricky move. See if you guys can guess. Type in the questions, what would be a tricky move for white? I'm not saying it's good or bad, it's just an idea. So Joe's saying Queen A4, Ryan's saying Queen E2, Lucas is saying Bishop C2, which is illegal. Oliver's going Bishop C6, which just loses a bishop for a pawn. Benji's going Queen E2. Okay, let's have a talk to Benji. You there, Benji?
Yes.
All right, so you're looking at Queen E2 as a tricky move, are you?
Yeah.
All right, what's your idea there?
Well, then you. Well,
So
then you.
Can you take the bishop or not? So if she takes your bishop, so if she goes just taking the bishop like that, what are you going to do? What's your trick?
Then I'll. Wait, take the pawn, I think.
So you're going queen takes pawn check, and the trick is you're winning this rook in the corner. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Because you've got a double attack on the king and the rook?
Yeah.
All right. So you do that in the game. Is that a good trick or is that a bad trick?
Good.
Good. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Benji. All right. So, Michael, good trick or bad trick?
Bad trick.
Bad trick. All right. So it's good that we thought of it, but unfortunately it's not the greatest. So she took, we said, you beauty, we got you in check, we got that rook in the corner, but there's a problem. Can anyone type in the question what the problem is? What should black do here? Black has a really clever move that gets out of it. Benji sort of got it. Derek sort of got it. I don't suppose it makes that much difference. Thomas, yeah. So she played Queen E6, and now it's very sad because we can't take the rook because our king would be in check. All right. So we tried to outsmart her, but she's outsmarted us. Crack. All right. So one to her. All right. So we chopped her queen. She chopped back. So what's happening? Oh, we win a pawn. All right. So she's got a bishop, and we've got 2 pawns, I think. So we're losing, but it's not too bad. We're the equivalent of 1 pawn down. All right. Black's go. So black played pawn up there. What do you reckon we should do now, Michael?
I reckon we should take it.
Yeah, because otherwise she's just going to take us and get a pawn back. So we need to have that extra material, I think. All right. So we zapped it. She zapped us. Now it's our go. What do you think we should do here?
D4.
D4. All right, let's ask people. Okay, guys, you're Michael, white to play. What do you think you should play here? You're a piece for 2 pawns down, so type in the question your move. Thomas wants the castle. Lucas wants the castle. Derek wants A3. Oliver wants King E2. Daniel Benji, a castling. Ryan's going B4. So most people are castling. What do you think, Michael? You want a castle?
I reckon castle or just maybe king up.
Maybe king up. All right. Now, there's a problem. There's a problem in that he has a threat.
Yeah.
He's got a double attack on our pawn. So this is what we have to remember when we're playing a game of chess. As soon as they make their move, we say, what are they threatening? Even if it's just an obvious recapture like rook taking back on A6 is what they did. So if we lose another pawn, then we've only got 1 pawn for our bishop, haven't we? Which is probably not going to be much chop. So maybe the best move was A3. So then we're getting killed on the white squares. He put his bishop here or something.
Yeah.
And it's pretty ugly, but we've still got our 2 pawns. Right, what you actually did was you castled. So she said, you beauty, I've got an extra pawn. Thank you very much. So you chop, chop. All right, so we only got one pawn for our bishop. What do you want to do now? We've got any chances? What can we do?
I reckon d4.
D4? All right, D4. We've got to get our pieces out. Chess is all about getting your pieces out in the attack. All right. She moved her bishop out there. Looks like a good spot for a bishop. What can we do now?
Rook check.
Rook check. So we're putting our rook on an open file with a gain of tempo. Now, what do you reckon she should do?
Just move the king.
Just move the king. All right, tell you what, guys. Your choice. Do you want to move the king somewhere like D7 or D8 or F8, which means you can't castle? Or do you want to block the check with bishop E7 or bishop E6 so that you've still got a chance to castle? So type in the question whether you're moving or you're blocking. So Lucas and Ryan want to block with bishop E7. Harry wants to block with bishop E6. Benji's moving. Nathaniel's blocking. Ryan's going bishop E6. Joe is going bishop E7. We're getting a bit of variety here. All right, well, let's have a look. So, oh, hang on. So those people who said bishop E6, what's the problem with that?
D5.
D5, we get a piece back. You beauty. So, bishop D6 is no good. All right, the best one is probably get your king out. Now, does it matter that you can't castle?
No.
Why not?
Because you're ready. This is the time to start getting your kings out.
Yeah, you're in an endgame. Yeah, a lot of players think you've got to castle all the time. But if the queens are off, if you're in an endgame, if it's safe for the king, you want your king out there helping. Because in an endgame, a king is actually worth 4 pawns. It's nearly as powerful as a rook. Did you know that? It's better than a bishop or a knight in an endgame. So you want your king out there helping. So king D7 would have been the go, but Cassandra was a bit scared about losing castling, so she actually went and dropped bishop E7. So that's good for us. That gives us a bit of a chance.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what should we do here?
Bishop to F.
You want to go bishop F4?
That wins a pawn, I think.
Well, it's attacking the C pawn. That looks pretty good. Actually, there is a super tricky move here. Bishop F4 looks like the obvious move and is the move you played, but there's another move that's even trickier. Anyone want to suggest an idea that's even better? So Nathaniel's come up with it. Joe's got the wrong idea. Thomas and Greg have come up with it. Well done, guys. Josh has come up with it. Derek, yeah. So bishop F4 is obvious, but bishop G5. So now you're threatening the bishop. So what moves have you got to do?
F6.
He's got to do F6. All right, now let's say we come back and I'll show you what's the difference. So now we're attacking his C pawn, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right, so how do you reckon he's going to defend his C pawn?
King.
He'd have to move his king across like this. All right, what could we do now? Quick, see if you can type it in before Michael sees it. White has a good move here. No one's got it yet. Being a few moves suggested. Michael, what do you think?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
That's
The sneaky move, bishop takes C7.
Oh.
Okay, we look at all checks and captures, remember? All right, because now if he takes us, we can go check. All right, and the difference before this pawn was back here and we couldn't take it. But now that this pawn's up here, we can rip off the extra pawn. See, so this is better than the bishop F4. This is extra sneaky. So all those guys out there who found bishop G5, well done. That's what I'm talking about. You've got to outthink the other guy. So if you see a good move, there might be an even better one. So have a bit of a look. Right, anyway, we went bishop f4, which looks okay. He dropped his bishop back there. Now that's a bit strange. He hasn't defended his pawn.
No.
What's he doing? Is that a good move or is that a bad move?
Bad move.
I reckon that's a bad move. Should we just take his pawn?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take his pawn. So now we've got 2 pawns for our bishop. That's not too bad. All right, you guys can be black again. What move would you like to play for black in this position? So type in what you reckon would be a good move for black in this position.
Oh.
So Callum's going bishop c4, Lucas is going bishop b4, Joe wants king d7, Derek wants bishop b4, Thomas and Greg king d7.
King d7.
Okay, yep. All right, so all of those of you who said king d7, that's pretty good because you're getting your king in a better spot, you're attacking the bishop, and now your rook can get out, and it's an end game, so we're not worried about our king there, so we should win pretty comfortably, but we're in a bit of luck because Cassandra doesn't quite understand. She thinks you've got a castle to make your king safe. So she castled. No, don't say anything. Don't say anything. All right. Now, so we've got 2 pawns for bishop. We're still losing, but we have a chance. We have a chance now because there might be an interesting tactical line. So I want you guys to spend, I'll give you a minute or so to have a look at this position. White to play, and this line, I'll tell you, if you think it's 1 move deep, like little Oliver or someone would see a good move, his hand would reach out and he'd just play it. But a good player might think, hang on, maybe the opponent's got a counter move that's good. And if they have got a counter move, then we've got to find a counter move. So we might be analysing 2 or 3 or 4 or even 5 moves deep to work out whether this line is good for us or good for him. So I want you to see if you can outsmart your opponents. All of you have found the good move. All right, so I'll make it easy for you. So the obvious move that hopefully black's missed, we go up here, d5. Now, this is looking good for us because we're attacking the bishop, and if the bishop moves, we get the other bishop. And if the bishop doesn't move, we grab him. So we could be getting our piece back. But black could be a sneaky player who's got an idea how to get out of it. Right, so can we help black? What can black do to avoid losing a piece? So some guys are suggesting rook a8, rook c8, rook's already on f8. Daniel's come up with a move, Ryan's come up with a move, Harry's come up with a move, Joe's come up c8, Joshua's going rook a8. Michael, can you see anything that's perhaps going to trick you?
Rook c8.
Rook c8. You want to play rook c8. Hang on, I'll just get rid of my arrows. All right, rook c8. All right. Now if I move my bishop back here, your bishop's still attacked, and if you move it, I'm taking your bishop. Does that get out of it?
Oh, yeah.
You can't back rank checkmate me, so Michael's getting all excited because he thinks he's got back rank checkmate, but my bishop's got him covered. Okay, so rook c8 is a good try. Let's see. Talk to Daniel. You there, Daniel?
Yep.
All right. Now you had a different try. What's your idea?
My idea is bishop b4.
Bishop b4. All right. So you're going to the counter attack. So if I take your bishop,
Yep.
All right. You reckon it's going to be pretty good for black?
I think it at least at least gets black out of the
problem with the bishop.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. Thank you, Daniel. Good thinking. All right, so Daniel's come up with a sneaky move, better than rook c8. And now we can't take his bishop because he's going to take our rook. So we need to put our thinking cap on and outthink him. So come on, guys. Type in the questions. Help Michael here. What can we do? Can we still have a chance to win this piece back? Thomas has come up with an idea. Lucas has come up with an idea. Josh, Nathan, Callum's come up with a different idea. Derek wants to play rook d1, which I think is what Michael actually played in the game here, because we're following the game. Oliver wants to play bishop d6, which seems to lose a bishop and a rook and everything else on the planet. What do you think, Michael? Can you see any tricky move for white?
I think it's rook a4.
Very good. All right, so he's attacking our rook. So we can counter-attack here. So we're still threatening the bishop, and now we're threatening the other bishop. So we're still attacking two bishops. So if he moves one, we get the other one. Okay, so this could be good for us. But, hang on, maybe he can outthink us and find a defense. So you guys, can black find a way out of his troubles here? Or does he have to move a bishop and Michael gets his bishop and we're back on top? Joshua's suggesting rook a8, Oliver's suggesting rook b8, but I'll take it. Callum's suggesting rook c7, which is illegal. Derek's going rook e8. Rook a8 could be tricky with a back rank checkmate if I take the bishop. Nathaniel's gone rook a8. Harry wants to play rook c8. Callum wants to play rook c8. All right, so let's have a look. So Michael, let's say he plays rook here, a8. So now he's coming in with the back rank checkmate if you take one of his bishops. So does that get out of it? Let's save his bishops. What could you do?
I think so.
You think so?
Oh, just push the pawn.
What if we just moved a pawn? So hang on, I'll get rid of the arrows. So if you just move the pawn, there's no back rank mate, and he's still got two bishops attacked, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So you might be picking up the bishops still. Oh. So there. We don't want to go there. We want to go up to here. So have you found a tricky move for him, or for her rather? Not rook a8. Some of the guys suggested it.
C8? No.
Yes, rook c8. Now hang on. So rook c8. So what's happening here? How is that tricky? What can you take one of those bishops then, Michael, or what?
I'm not sure. I think.
All right, let's have a look. So let's say we take this bishop. All right, what would he do? He'd take our bishop. All right, and now we can't take his bishop because he's got back rank checkmate. Can we back rank checkmate him? No, because he drops back like that. Oh, hang on, no. Oh, and now, now if he's not careful and pushes the pawn or something, we can back rank mate him. So we got out of that one. So where are we? So we went up here. He went up here. So taking the bishop on b4 didn't work. Now wait a minute. Maybe I can take this one. What could black do then?
Take the.
You take my bishop. All right. What can I do? Can I take his bishop?
No.
No, because I'm getting back rank checkmated.
Check.
I could take the pawn check. He takes. But I'm still bishop down for 2 pawns, aren't I? I've got to cover the back rank. So you didn't get your bishop back.
No.
No. Damn, we were so close. Okay. So let's just have another look at it. Wait a minute. Wrong one. So we're going up here, he's going here. So we looked at taking both bishops, didn't work. So guys, I need you to put your thinking caps on again. We're in swindle mode here. We've got to outthink our opponent. Maybe there's something that Michael can do that can still save the day. Ryan's come up with an interesting idea. Joshua's come up with an interesting idea. Well done, guys. Oliver taking e6. No. All right. So Daniel and Josh have come up with bishop f4. Now, this is really clever because there's still two bishops attacked and your bishop is covering the back rank checkmate. So we're still attacking both bishops. He moves one, we take the other one. Rook where?
Look to...
You want to go rook over here?
Yeah.
Then I just play my pawn up against like before.
Yeah.
So, hang on. This is looking pretty tricky. Let's go up. Oh dear, hang on. I'm getting all confused with my arrows. Ugh. Stupid thing. Go away. All right. Rook e4, and he counter-tricked us there, and now we've tricked him with bishop there. So what can he do? If he takes my pawn, I take his bishop. If he moves his bishop, I take his other bishop. I think we've got him. We're nearly at the end. We're going to get that bishop back. What do you guys think? Is this the end? We've got our bishop back. We're doing okay? Or is there still a trick left in the position? Put your thinking caps on. Can black come up with a counter trick? Or has he got to move one of those bishops and then we take the other one and we're back at least equal? No one's coming up with any answers in the question, so I think we're winning that bishop. This could be the end of the line. All right. Oh, hang on. Oh, Lucas. Lucas, my man. Well done. And Daniel as well. Black is still coming out with a trick. Look at this. Bishop d6. Okay, so now we can't take the bishop like this because the back rank will come in. Ouch. Whoops, I've lost myself a bishop. So we went there, we went there, we went here, and now here. Okay. What do you want to do, Michael? Looks like this Cassandra is a really tricky player. She's fought our way out. Anything we can do? We've got the back rank covered. Our bishop's protected. What would you like to play? But she's threatening to take our bishop. Yeah, let's take this one. All right. Now black's obviously going to play bishop takes bishop. Can we take the bishop back?
No.
No. Does that be back rank checkmate?
Take the pawn.
Oh, hang on. We might still be tricking her. Let's take the pawn. Okay, what's black going to do here?
Take the king.
There's the, and what can we do? You beauty.
Oh wait, go back.
Hang on. We've got the bishop.
Go back.
Well, you've seen something.
I think.
Okay. I keep having to go back right to the beginning. This is terrible. Takes. So we went rook up, rook across, bishop back, trick, bishop there, counter trick, take. You've come up with one more trick. God, this is a tricky game. Now, we can't take the bishop. So it looks like we're not going to get our piece back. So we've got a few pawns. Should we resign or we've still got a chance?
Resign.
Resign, because we're piece down.
No.
Do you guys want to resign or can you type in a move that might give you a chance?
Don't resign.
We're piece down for a couple of pawns or something. Ryan wants to play g3. Maybe. Oliver's resigning. Lucas. Well done, Lucas. All right, here's a thought. Let's play rook down here check. Get rid of the rooks.
Oh, yeah.
Get rid of the rooks. Hang on. All right. So we've got 2 pawns for a bishop. Do you reckon we can get a draw here or not? Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Can anyone see a chance for a draw here? What would white have to do to get a draw? Is there any way Like he's got 2 pawns, he's got that outside pass pawn. Maybe we can do something. How would you play it from here? Would you like try to queen your B pawn, or what would be your plan?
I think the king would try to get over here because
The black king would come and gobble your pawn, maybe. Or what would you do as white? Have you got a chance to draw?
Well, if he does that, I reckon you're going to win.
So, but he's going to queen one of his black pawns, isn't he? How can you stop that? I'll show you. Your chance is quite simply this pawn here. Now, if you can get him to swap that pawn, like you move your pawns up and swap, let's say that pawn disappears off the board. Wait a minute, can I make it disappear off the board? No, I can't. So if that pawn goes off the board, kaput, it's gone. Let's say you've lost this pawn and swapping off. He's grabbed this pawn. You've even lost this pawn. Are you lost? Or is it a draw?
I think...
Your bishop going to pawn down?
I think I've lost.
Well, you think wrong. See the square? What colour is that square?
Yeah.
You put your king on that square. Remember now? And his bishop is a black one. It can never get you out. So the best he can do is sort of waddle up, push his pawn up here, and you get a stalemate. So all you have to do to get that draw in the final position we looked at was to get rid of that G pawn. So you'd have a chance.
But I won.
Well, what actually happened, let's see, you went rook d1. So you missed all those exciting tactics because you didn't see it. He went back, you went there. We played another couple of moves, and it says black resigned. So you actually won, did you?
No, not here.
Not here, but later.
Another couple of thousands of moves.
Yeah, but I had the problem, score sheet illegible. So it's lost to history what happens to the rest of the game.
Both of our score sheets.
Yeah.
I think I moved my king up.
You got one of those bishops eventually or something? Or...
No. Yeah, I think I got one of those bishops, and then it was my pawn here, and no, my pawn was up here, and his pawn was there.
Okay, they can't see that, but anyway, you eventually won. Right, but the main point I wanted to demonstrate on that game, particularly with that big combination, you see how you can keep trying to trick the other guy?
Yes.
So if he can trick you, you can trick him back, but then you see a move further, and then he sees a move further. So all those moves are there waiting for you to look at. So you've got to train your brain not just to grab the obvious move without thinking, but to look for these other surprise moves and try and outthink your opponent, and then you'll win some games against some really strong players. All right, so that's the end of today's lesson. Couple of plugs before we go. I think there's an RJ Shield on Sunday for those of you around Melbourne. Want to have a game of chess Sunday afternoon, RJ Shield. And very soon coming up to, on the Labor Day long weekend, we have the Ballarat Weekender. David's taking a group of kids up, pretty cheap accommodation and free travel. So if anyone's interested in going to Ballarat, just get in contact with David. Other than that, we'll have our normal lesson next week, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. And thank you very much, Michael, for coming along for today's meeting. Good night, everyone.